welcome to a new Erlc day. I'm on my friend's server. I am a co-owner on the server. Today we'll be going over how to pull somebody over properly. So let's say it's the middle of the night, you're running radar, and you just want to give people a fair chance. So for me, I would personally turn on my stage 2 lights because my stage 3 looks like this, right? We don't want to creep anybody. My stage 1 is definitely not the one to be on right now. So we want something that's like a part kind of tone, right? Well, it's foggy out. It's the middle of the night. So how do we pull somebody over? Well, on my server, if you see here, the fog one says no more than 3 over is allowed. I created this part of the law myself, and that's why we want to keep it. We want to keep it to no more than 3 over. I will also give the link to the original server down in the comments, or in the description, rather, I should say. So say we got somebody speeding from the rear, and this is a 65 mile an hour road. Let's say they're doing 70, right? It's the middle of the night and they're doing 70 miles an hour. They don't see my lights, so we pull out, right? We're going after them. We'll switch to stage 3, even though it's kind of going to blind them a little bit. We'll blip them. This is how Virginia State Troopers do it. And those cones right there are the setup. So once we get into the lot, we'll try to go off. You see my vehicle as I'm pulling away right now, right? It's kind of has that line going right there through the center of my car to their left tire. And what you want to do is you want to swing out just a little bit and come back in, right? I do this a lot so it sets the parking brake in the car, because on mobile you do not have a parking brake. And then we switch to our stage 2 lights. Now that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is you line up with the car and you get right up on their bumper just like so. Or you could always treat the white line as it's your spot, whatever you want to do. And you would still set your brake. And I like to point my wheels out, because if I have to run, I'm leaving enough space between me and the car in front of me to be able to get back in my car and dip. So from here, we'll radio dispatch. And so I figured out, yeah, as you can see on the radio, I was doing this earlier, but I figured out how you do it. So we go dispatch, click on that, and we hit colon. Show me 38 with, and we'll use with traffic cones. Cones on Riverside Drive. Riverside Drive. Boom. Now watch. No hashtag, no nothing, right? 38. So when we go back here and we go to police codes, in the state of Virginia, a 1011 is not your traffic stop. As we see here, 1011 means on duty. 1038, however, means we're on a traffic stop. So close that out, and then we want to give dispatch the license plate. So what we do with that is we go colon, uppercase, and we'll use PTC hyphen 5926. Okay? Now we're ready to begin our walk up. And so as we're beginning our walk up, we're going to turn our headlights back on, and we're going to turn our stage 3 back on. And so now We come up here, and I already have this saved into my phone, but when we come to the car, we want to say something like, good evening, your name, your badge number, and the reason for the stop is speeding. Right? So notice it is still a little foggy out here. Not too much, not too little. It's not like just a little, but it's not so much, right? And so then we want to ask them if they can share their information with us. From here, you want to say something like, sit tight, be right back with you, after they give you their information. You walk back to your car. Notice how I stayed on the road. For anybody who is not a co-owner of a server, you will have to go to the passenger side of your car. Unless you are on PC, right? And I kind of want to back away just a little bit so I'm more straightened out. For the next thing, this is only a co-owner thing because co-owners are the only people along with the owners who can do this. You click on the little private RP server. You click on this, there's a little box right there. It's the 3 blue lines at the very top. Very hard to miss. That thing right there, right? You click on that. And at the top here, you would type in custom ELS. Hit edit. And then immediately hit the X afterwards. After you hit the X, it gives you the option to pull up all of your backpack, everything like that. You go into your MDT and you do whatever it is you need to do. You search their records, yada yada yada. And now once you close it, you can no longer access it. So when you get out of your car though, your backpack will be open if that's where your MDT is. And walk back up to the car. And you kind of want to face the diagonal, like you're ready to run to your car, but you're also ready to jump on theirs if you have to. Simply type in here, like say everything checked out okay, everything checked out okay, period. And then you tell them they are free to leave when you are back inside the vehicle. Because when you get back to the vehicle, I'll show you why. Get back to the vehicle and notice how I reset it every time. Every time you exit your vehicle and re-enter it, your parking brake as a mobile player will never set. This is the only way you can set it, is by holding it down, clicking the menu button, and hitting resume. And now it is set. This car will not move anywhere unless I hit that arrow again. So then we get back on the radio. We can hit dispatch. We want to put that little colon there. Show me code 4 on 38. Boom. Just like that. And immediately like that, personally, before I did something like that, I would probably back out of the road first, right, and got more of over here to where he was. But after you do that, you're pretty much all set. There are scary places to do traffic stops, and we are going to go visit a few of those places in a minute. The first scary place, it is very, very scary to do a traffic stop in the city. And here's why. Because some people will do this and slam on their brakes and then try to adjust, and you'll slam into the back of their car and it'll be all their fault, right? Or some people will slow down like this and pull into a parking lot like this. But we don't want any of that. On this server, if you're getting pulled over by a cop, we want you to be as we want you to get to the point following the law as quickly as you possibly can. This is another scary place to be pulled over at. Here is where I would actually recommend you calling for backup for at least one squad car, because no matter what side of the road you're on here, might be the only part where I would say anywhere starting from right back here, this little area, to all the way up there, or maybe even up there, you want another car, and you want to approach on the side where you are shielded from that gun store. Let's go take another dangerous place to do a traffic stop. Everybody knows it. Freedom Avenue. Freedom Avenue is one of the most dangerous places to do a traffic stop on, especially if you're around the civilian spawn. Everybody knows that is very dangerous there, and don't want to do one there because it's not keeping everything alive, right? All up and down Freedom Avenue is really dangerous to do a traffic stop. The next place that is very dangerous for a traffic stop, anything north. What do I mean by that? Anything up here. Anywhere up here is a really dangerous spot for a traffic stop. And I'll tell you why. It's because I would say about 80% of the people who play Erlc are going to hang out southwest. Every time I look at the map, whenever I'm playing Erlc, this general area, especially, let's change the color to blue here, especially all in this area, and we'll go to yellow here, and we'll branch it to there, is where you'll see a lot of your police officers. And you'll come over here, you'll see them at 305 at the police department. Very rare will you ever see a police officer on this road right here, Colonial Drive. Very rare will you see one right here. You will never see anybody enter into this little zone, this little section, if they are not wanted. 99% of the people who end up in Springfield are more than likely wanted. And that's why a lot of cops hang down south, is because all the wanted guys want to bring a challenge to the police officers. So nowhere over here is safe for a traffic stop. And it is simple. Also, on here, we do have military bases up there. But on here specifically, the fire rate of the damage your shot has on an impact to a player, I upped it to 6, both the player impact and the vehicle impact, because you want to keep this as realistic as possible. In real life, you'll probably be able to drop something and 3 or 4 shots, right? On the game, you can definitely do that. So, anything on Riverside Drive's pretty much safe until you enter the city limits, which is coming out to that Fairfax Road. And that little gravel driveway we started on right here, that's pretty safe. For the most part, it's safe. Up until that point. Anywhere else on map, it is not safe to do a traffic stop with you alone. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you actually learned something from this. And remember, 1011 doesn't always necessarily mean traffic stop. Because as seen on this server, it means on duty.